So what advice do you have for any Ugandan who would like to start a business in the diaspora? Is it even possible if I am not living there and maybe I would like to kind of start a business there? Is it even possible?
Number one, you should have money.
Yes, I may have
money. And there's a big opportunity, especially in Canada. For example, if you have $500,000,
yes,
that's what it takes to start business in Canada. Okay. And I believe there are many Ugandans that have some good money to do business somewhere.
Okay.
Like I have friends working in banks dealing with Ugandan business people.
Okay.
They are pretty loaded.
Okay.
So I believe they're the right guys to kind of expand their wings into other economies. The good thing that does, it really grows your money better.
Okay.
You have a sure proof of business as long as you pay your taxes.
But then you see, again, we find that Uganda, we are always looking for the investors to come. We want them to come. We encourage them to come. There are motivations for them to come. Are there motivations for us, for example, to come and do business in Canada?
I think it depends on the individual.
No, what I mean, does the government there encourage us, for example, the investors, the foreign people, to go and do business there? Because for us here, we're always waiting upon investors to come. How easy is it for me to go there as an investor?
I think it's very easy, straightforward. As long as you have your money, you'll go and get all the help you need.
Okay.
Cities allocate land to people who want to do industries, that you go there and you partner with them. Land is there, for sure. They will provide land for you to do business. But at the same time, it comes back to what kind of business that you want to engage in. So sometimes your business might not necessarily need investment in things like land, tangible stuff.
Yes.
You just want to go there and start your business.
Okay.
The only challenge would be is what experience do you have in that business that you want to start.
Okay.
Like I had a friend who was trying to immigrate to Canada and wanted to go into gas.
Okay.
He owns a number of gas stations around and in Uganda, so he came there and wants to do that. I think he didn't come, but we're helping him to accomplish that. And it was really straightforward, and everybody wanted to bring him on board.
Okay.
But at the same time, we are an oil-producing country. We produce a lot of oil. Most of our oil we produce it within Canada.
Okay.
So it became a challenge. What are you bringing on board?
What new thing?
What new thing
what
are you
is
bringing
different?
on board? And sometimes what are your qualifications in the business that you're doing?
Yes.
You have the passion. Your qualification is not did you study? No, it's the experience.
The experience.
And most Ugandans have that experience for doing some of this stuff. So I truly believe you can, like they say, if you're able to dream, you can dream big in those countries.
Okay, nice. I might become one of those who dream. Now, let's go to the corona epidemic, the pandemic, COVID-19. How it has really affected businesses in Uganda. Some businesses have gone under, they have had to close, especially people who are doing businesses of education within the education sector. The schools have been shut since March, and that has really affected their business. How have businesses in Canada been affected by the pandemic?
I think the business have been affected in one or another, but most especially in losing their very, very good workers.
Okay.
Many people had to go home, and they thankfully they're on EI, unemployment benefits, that are supported, which they pay into, and the government has to take care of them. Well, it's not enough money to make you live, but still at least you have something that can help you make ends meet. At least buy food and pay your bills.
Yes.
But I just want to point this one out, that I was in Canada and I was seeing how business in Uganda are struggling.
Yes.
And I was just thinking about the government, that I think the government should have emulated what they are doing there.
Yes.
Being a business owner, there's so much support.
Okay.
Like they had money going through the bank. If you can't qualify for that, you have another avenue how you can get that same amount of money through another place.
Okay.
And being one of the beneficiaries of the COVID fund, that you go there and get it. Because you have a business, you just have to show your expenses. That's why I told the people that when you don't pay taxes, you have nothing to show. And I think that's where the government of Uganda is probably thriving from, that people are not, we don't see their we don't see their business. Why? Because if I'm not paying taxes, then I have no record. And if the government came out and said, well, we want to support business people, I truly believe many of us in Uganda who are doing business will not qualify. Because you have to show your return on earnings,
Yes.
you have to show your annual paperwork that you file.
Yes.
Every 3 months I have to file my earnings and everything, the taxes I've paid, the expenses. And the beautiful thing why we file them, most times we are getting back money. So it's a huge incentive,
Yes.
and now I wish probably we can emulate that as a country to ensure that business people can actually get tax rebates. That if they are paying their taxes,
Yes.
with the expenses, like, yeah, this is the much taxes you have paid, we see your expenses are this much, so we'll give you back 500,000, 300,000, or 10 million, depending on how much taxes you have already paid.
Okay.
And then our tax system is different. When I buy things to sell, I'm already paying tax up front.
Okay.
Because I'm paying tax to the supplier, and then I'm collecting tax on behalf of the government.
From the client.
From the final consumer. Now the final consumer is paying me back money, but actually when I'm reporting my taxes, they are seeing how much taxes I've paid from the supplier and how much have I received. Then the difference is either paid to the government or the negative difference is paid back to me.
Amazing, that would be.
So to me it's a joy. And this has helped us a lot when it came to COVID.
Yes.
That they are looking at how much, what is your business. That you, by the time you file a paperwork, that I have employees that I have,
yes.
I can't pay them because the business is slow.
Yes.
The government has to come in, our employees keep on paying them.
Okay.
That's why I really believe that regardless of the way the mess is in our business environment in Uganda,
yes.
I really want to beg the government to come to the rescue of business people.
Please.
And even to give them tax breaks. I always have one thing from Busoga that I believe in, that you cannot milk a cow you can't feed. You cannot milk a cow
you cannot feed. They need to milk the cow that they feed.
Especially in these times.
So now, what are the innovations? We've seen you've been able to receive some COVID support, financial support from the government of Canada. But what innovations have you had to put in place? And what things have you done differently in order to be able to survive the pandemic as well as a business?
Partly, actually, the support is COVID related.
Yes.
And when I say COVID related, that you're going to put in place things that you would not normally do. Protecting the customers at the same time the employees.
Yes.
So we're using lots of different stuff to ensure that we as a community we protect ourselves.
Yes.
Now our business is a public place. So many people are coming in and out. Thankfully, with my fellow team members that I work with, none has contracted COVID because of those steps we have taken.
Yes.
Things like masks,
yes.
gloves, sanitizing, plexiglass, encompassing them in kind of a vacuum,
yes.
completely away from the public. And then making sure that the public also kind of maintains their distance,
yes.
2 meters in between.
Yes.
Those are everywhere. It's a huge inconvenience, but we are dealing with something we don't understand. It's a monster. It's like when you're told there is a monster outside your house. You can't just say, I'm going to open up. You got people in the window and then go in the door until you see where the monster is. So we are literally working hand in hand with the public,
yes.
but at the same time being service providers,
yes.
in form of a business environment.
Yes.
We are doing a lot.
Okay, there's something I would like us to go back to. You talked earlier about working with your wife and her helping you to stay calm while making business decisions. But I wanted us to talk about partnerships in business. It's also a challenge that several people have faced. How have you had an experience doing partnerships in business? How have you handled them? What do you think is the best practice when one is doing a partnership in business?
I think my first partner is my wife.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh yeah, because everything we are doing is for the family to be better.
Yes.
and to be able to survive as a family. So with her we see, she's completely in a different environment that she works in. She's in statistics. But then I truly believe that she can use the experience she has gathered for the last 20 plus years,
Yes.
and sitting with different people, because they're also doing business, very serious business, pharmaceutical industries. So we are borrowing from all those to bring them on board.
Yeah.
And sometimes even if your wife is a stay-home mom, staying home is also a business.
Absolutely.
Very serious business.
Very serious
and
business, please. Our viewers. Don't miss that.
And I always say that the first production industry
Yes.
is the home,
Yes.
the kitchen.
Yes.
It's exactly the way this production work. You have the food, you have this, has to be on time, it has this, and then you have children, and he manages all of these people. And that's why I believe even as fathers that we have to engage in the production industry in our home.
Yes.
It's very, very important. And then from there, that's where we learn how we are going to even to translate that into our personal businesses.
Yes.
So you talk about partnership.
Yes.
We've partnered with people, especially my best friend.
Yes.
One of the catch of me taking over the store was to make sure that we also wanted to buy the property.
Yes.
But then the catch of buying the property, we had to take the business.
Yes.
And I was looking for business, but completely in a different sector.
Yes.
It was into gas. I want to own gas stations here and there and there. And then until this thing came on board, and I'm like, you know what? How about to start with this
Yes.
to fulfill my dream?
Yes.
And indeed, taking it over,
Yes.
it gave me the first steps to own my first gas station, kind of.
Wow.
So I had to shift from that mindset to say I want a springboard that is going to accomplish other things.
Yes.
But I had to partner with my best friend to, first of all, buy the property.
Yes.
Of $1 million. So there is no way I would look for $1 million and go to the bank and satisfy them that I am $1 million worth. So I need it. Please entrust it with me to own this huge monster property.
Okay.
But bringing him on board, it gave us the strength that we needed to take it on.
Okay, and yes, you're partnering with somebody, but what I wanted our viewers to get from you, the lesson, is how do you handle the partnership? Is it written? What kind of specifications do you put in place to ensure that each of you is protected? Because that has taken some people under, especially here in Uganda.
That's a good one.
Yes.
We have to use paperwork. Paperwork, paperwork, paperwork. My friend, we've been together since we were 14.
Yes.
We've known each other. We go to the same churches. We've grown up from the church system, so there is no reason why we shouldn't trust one another. Because we share so much in common.
Yes.
But when we sat together, we said, you know what? You and I understand each other, but in the eyes of the public, no one understands us. Therefore, you are your own entity and my own entity. We need to have paperwork in place that says Joshua owns 50 and X owns 50.
Yes.
So when we sat down, we had to bring our wives on board as well.
Yes.
Because after me, she's the sole beneficiary of that ownership.
Yes.
So we sat together, had the lawyers do their job.
Yes.
We decided to use one lawyer because we didn't want to incur costs.
Double costs.
Double costs of doing the same. And ours was very straightforward.
Yes.
So doing business with friends, it is okay.
Yes.
We trust each other to death.
Okay.
His children, if they passed away, Canada, the whole of Canada, every paperwork knows I take them over.
Okay.
My children, the same thing.
Yes.
But when it comes to business, it's a completely different game.
Yes.
This is a business, not things that we do on our level.
Yes.
Where it involves other people's money, it involves loans, it involves lots of stuff, it involves even borrowing money.
Yes.
That's why I think paperwork is very, very useful, and not just where we sit the two of us to do legal paperwork through the lawyers.
Okay.
Put these guys to work. Business sense, legal paperwork.
Give them jobs as well. Give them work. Okay.
Give them some money.
Some money. Go into a partnership. Please ensure that everything is in pen and in paper. and you know what is stipulated.
And it has nothing to do that you don't trust someone.
Yes.
You do trust them.
You do it
They're your
because
friends.
you trust them.
You trust them. But I think it protects all of us.
Yes.
The bank to borrow any money, those are some of the paperwork that you need.
Yes.
And so the bank won't tell you that, and they won't even give you the money. Why? Because they realize probably you're fraudsters. If you are really serious people, go through every other step that helps to protect us,
Yes.
our friendship,
Yes.
and also the public.